All right, so we're gonna look at the Tope Bulldog and the Tope Lucky 7. I'm gonna compare these two knives because these two are still available and they are very popular. So this is the Bulldog, this is the Lucky 7. For me, I got this one first. A lot of people really like it. I like the looks of it. It's a nice looking little knife. Unfortunately for me, it's too small. Like I can't use it safely personally. Like I just find it really, the handle's just not there for me. Like it's not bad, but like I can't even like 3-finger it really. That's what it is. It's not a 4-finger knife. It's a three-finger knife for me, but it doesn't pocket in my hand in a way that I can get a good secure grip. It's just, and it's too thin. Yeah, it's a nice light little knife. In a lot of ways, to me, it reminds me of a letter opener. Like, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I had this one fully convexed, so you can see. So it's got really good edge geometry now. It's just, unfortunately for me, it's just too small on the handle. So I'm not really going to talk too much about this because unfortunately it's just one of those knives that kind of frustrates me because I want to really like it, because I like the looks of it. I like the size of it. I like the fact that it carries, you know, so effortlessly. Still has, you know, reasonably sizable blade. It's got a lot of good things going for it, but it's just annoys me because I can't use it comfortably. Every time I try to use it and carry it, I get frustrated because the handle's just too small. But when we come to the Bulldog here, you can see, look at the size difference between these two handles. You've got a whole bunch more real estate between here and here and here and here for your whole hand to grip onto. Most importantly, it's thicker and it's wider. So even though it's, you know, relatively short handle, like for me, it's really comfortable to use. You know, it's a really interesting design little knife. Like it's, you know, I kind of overlooked it a little bit when they first came out, and you know, I was like, yeah, it's kind of neat. I like it. You know, I look at the blade shape and I'm like, this would be a really good little skinning knife maybe, but I just never really felt that compelled to grab one, right? And then I got this one, and I've been carrying it, and I really like it. Like it's you know, it's got pretty hefty feel to it. Like it's got, you know, enough substance that you can do some real work. I had a mishap with it, and I'm going to show you this. I'm not very proud of it because I rarely ever do anything stupid, but I was cutting through the fuel hose on my tidy tank, and I hit the ground wire that was wrapped in the hose. So I was really quite annoyed with myself for doing that, nicking the blade. This is the latest run on these knives. So it's a convex edge, CPM 3V, just like the Lucky 7. I mean, that's pretty tough steel because that's a super thin edge. And I was, you know, really horsing on it, pushing down, cutting through it, right? Push cutting. And I felt it. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then I did that and really nicked it a little bit. I mean, but even then, I mean, it's amazing how little damage it took. I mean, there was a little bit more showing there before. I touched it up in the strop a little bit. I really like these sheaths. You know, they've totally ambidextrous, really high quality leather. A split belt loop back here so you can orientate it so your belt loop on your pants goes right through here, and then you put your belt through there, and it won't slide around at all. This can come off, so you could carry it just like this and get rid of the belt loop part and just have it in your pocket. Overall, like I really like this little knife. Same style sheath on this Lucky 7, other than the belt loop is a little different. Super high quality, really good steel, really good heat treat. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time talking about this because it frustrates me, and try to be positive about it. It's just, I want to like it. I don't. It was a bit of a disappointment for me just because of the handle. That's it. Just, it's an awkward feeling knife for me. This, on the other hand, is not. It's really actually better than I thought. Like I said, I wasn't gravitating towards it as much. Just, you know, looking at the pictures and stuff, it was kind of like, oh yeah, it's an interesting design. It didn't really catch me, right? Like, it didn't really appeal to me as much as some other knives, like the TDC and some of the other models that have been available as mid-tech runs. So like I said, I skipped out on getting them. I've got another one as well, and this one's even, this is really special. So this one is a first gen, and it was handmade by Dan. This was his actual personal knife that I got from him. I sharpened it up and put my own edge on it, so it's got a mirror edge on it. Green canvas micarta, black pins, and yeah, they're a really nice little knife. A really good knife for skinning. Like, it's got good ergonomics for it. Like, it's, yeah, it's a really good little knife. A couple of them still available, I think. The original ones were like a saber grind. They weren't convex, so they had a V edge on them. These ones are a little thinner, I think 150 thou thick, and full convex, and they are little lasers, like real slicey little things. Like, they're really good. So you can, kind of awkward because this piece of wood's so small, but you can see it's got really good edge geometry. It's nice and thin behind the edge. Like, I'm feathering that wood so thin that you can't even see. It's paper thin. So yeah, so CPM 3V. If you don't know what that is, it's a high carbon, non-stainless powdered metallurgical steel that has really high toughness, very good wear resistance, and also very good corrosion resistance. Even though it's not considered a stainless, it's what some people would consider a semi-stainless, and it does not rust very easily. So it's a really good steel for just everyday use. You don't have to worry about it. Like, just don't put it away dirty and wet, and clean it off, dry it, put it in your sheath, or if you got a folder made out of it, same kind of thing. And that's about all you have to really do with them. You don't have to, I don't personally oil them unless I store them if I'm using them every day. Whereas, you know, full carbon steel blades that I've got, you know, I tend to oil them pretty much every day, sometimes a couple times a day if I'm busy doing stuff with them. You know, if I'm out of the house, obviously I'm not oiling them, but yeah, so they definitely take a lot more maintenance. These are really pretty much, you know, maintenance free, as you know, any steel can be, really. I mean, not much different than a stainless steel in a lot of respects. Other than that, you can, you know, get away with a little bit more neglect with stainless without it rusting as quickly, because stainless blades do rust still. People don't often realize that, and not all stainless blades are the same. Some stainless steels are definitely a whole lot more corrosion resistant than others. So, but yeah, definitely recommend this knife. Can't say that I don't recommend this knife, as there's a lot of people that really like it. But what I can say is if you have large or extra large hands, you're probably going to have some trouble with the size of the handle. If you have really fat, chunky hands and fingers, maybe you won't have that hollow in your hand, you know, that I do. Like I don't know how to explain it other than that. If you got really fat fingers, you know, just fleshy hands, your hand's going to wrap around that and you're not going to have that hollow in your space, and you're probably going to find that this handle is a little easier to manage and a little more secure feeling versus my hand. So I wear an extra large glove size. I think my hands are whatever 4.5 inches across in the palm, so whatever that means for size wise, you know, fairly average. But yeah, if you have larger hands, definitely go with the Bulldog. You're going to like that a lot better. As far as the handle's concerned over this, I do see a lot of people talking about the handle being too small for them, so I know it's not just me. So you know, you're a lady and you've got medium hands, or maybe even larger hands, you're probably not going to have any difficulties unless your hand size is, say, men's large or larger. This size handle, I could see maybe it being a little too thick maybe for somebody that has small size hands, so that Lucky 7 might be a better fit. I think overall this handle is probably going to work better for a wider range of people than the Lucky 7. That's just my kind of gut feeling about it. You know, I can manage with handles that are small usually, just sort of modify how I use them. I might not like them that much. I might find them a little bit uncomfortable. Unfortunately, like this, I actually find it dangerous. And that's the first real knife that I've actually had that I've been like, oh man, this handle's, it's just not safe. Not for me, right? It's just not secure feeling in my hand. It's not bad, but for me to grip it, I've got to choke up on it to the point where my finger is actually right up here. And if I do anything stupid, it's gonna slip. But it's just, it's just not right for my hand. But anyways, yeah, so that's the Tope Bulldog. Definitely recommend it. And that's the Lucky 7. I don't recommend it just because of the handle. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I don't like the handle. I like the looks of it. I like the fact that it's small. It carries well. I think, you know, if you have small hands, you're going to like it. If you have average size hands, you're probably not going to like it. I don't know if maybe it's just mine being a little thinner than some. That's hard to say, but yeah. Anyways, that's that. So Tope Lucky 7, Tope Bulldog. For me, that's a win. For me, no, not so much. So anyways, thanks for watching.